Hello, YouTube. Welcome to Ahmed Gaming. I'm Ahmed. We are back with some more out of ore. Gonna do what we do. Just the same thing every time. We're gonna get in there. We're gonna get wheels picked up and spun around, so we know what we need to worry about today. And first and foremost, what's gonna screw us up today, if anything? Spin twice, take both. Perfect. Just what I wanted. Nothing like increasing the odds of getting extra stuff to screw us over. All right, so market crash, double prices. I do need to edit that, so it's the general store, basically anything you buy from there, not heavy equipment store, because that is a different one. But that's not a big deal. I think we got everything that we need for an episode, and we have said in the past that we're not going to roll twice again and use both. So I'm gonna do our second roll or spin. I'm gonna say we haven't had that happen yet, but I'm gonna say that's not fair. So equipment store closed, which is fine because the prices are double anyway. So I'm not really worried about that. All right, so basically we're not buying anything from the store today. Means we can't sell, which is again not a big deal if we're not buying anything. We do have this. Oops, wrong one. First time doing this. The next episode will be all done with this. We got straight by 4, and I'm not gonna write it down because I can't buy it anyway. So next episode we just know all of conveyors are unlocked. And the chute. All right, perfect. So that wheel is done being spun too. Production's already done. Power, that's all we have left. So that one's done. And yeah, that one's done. So that's it. So next episode, we are pretty much just spinning the daily debuff wheel. So cool. That works. That works for me. So that means today all our equipment is here. I know I go here to buy the fuel container, but that is the fuel, not the general store, so to speak. So I'm not gonna be too worried about that. All right. So I did say a comment saying that this is ran the wrong way. So they're like, you have to run it this to this, I'm guessing, which is weird, but still really ain't telling us anything. Unless I misunderstood, but either way, we'll have to dump some dirt into there and make sure it works, because we haven't really tested it at all. I got here a giant hill. All right, so we don't need you. Want you out of the way. Think we need to get the roller over here, and we need to do a little roll path up to there. And then this we may have to adjust if it's not in the right spot. All right, first and foremost, let's just dump this stuff out of here for now. Oh, you know what? I need to... We have wood floors there. I forgot. That is why we did not test the equipment. Because I technically can't yet. Can't have anything kind of dangling for any reason without supports. So I didn't know we had floors in there, so that is very nice. So we'll go through and make sure everything's supported. That can go there. It can go there. That can go there. So that should be good. Just want to make sure I use the floors to support everything first. And this is all up a level. But let's see here. All right, let's do this, and then let's pick this stuff back up. Let me get. You're gonna. Oh, I thought for sure it was gonna pick up the piece. All right. That will end up being a roof piece, so not a big deal. Still don't like. Oops, how dark the. I play so many different games, and I'm sitting here trying to crouch, which obviously is not an option. All right, we need to clear this corner off here. Still, I don't know. I feel like the game's kind of dark to watch. Right, looks good there. I said I'm just trying to put down the floors I need to be considered supported. And then, the complete fill in and all that will definitely happen. But these are a little hard to get in there, but we'll make it work. Whoa. I always do forget about my light, too. Never hurts to have. All right, so this looks all good. I think we had this back corner over here. I think. Yeah, right there. But come on, I had it right there. Oh, there we go. All right, underneath that little slope is fine. We'll get a ramp to put there, but I mean, that is supported. All right, I think we'll do that. Then for here, I think. Yeah, I think we can just do that. God, I still hate them freaking pillars. There and there. All right, I think that should be fair support system for now. Oh, that's all on the floor. That's on the floor. that's on. So let's just go ahead and use what we got to finish some flooring here where we can get around a little bit better. Definitely excited to start getting into some stone. Some concrete down here, even better, some metal, which actually probably could make metal piece, right? Is that just pretty much just iron? All right, that and that. I think just for aesthetics, looking down in there, we'll do that. For now, we can close that off. That one there. This here needs some adjustments, but we don't have slopes with the wood pieces, which is what kind of sucks about it. You know what? I'm not really sure why I just put those there. I think 'cause I have the floor over there. Eventually, yes. That's what. But for now, we'll close it off there. Oh yeah, this is down here in case we end up expanding or doing something different. Speaking of which, we have like the auto smelter, hopefully coming soon. Which will be, that'll be awesome. And all this will get floor, so all that will be hidden. I might need to try to build this up a little bit through here. Just because I kind of want to make it a drive-through ready, even though I don't know if I'm going to need it. This might need to be changed. And this is kind of hard to do because it flattens out in such a weird way. It's almost like hit it, but not too many times. Because, you know, underneath the floor, you know, the levelness is like there, so it tries to pull it down below the floor. I think that is pretty decent right there for now. Just have to remember not to run the roller over it at all, because that will definitely screw up the system. I think that there also should be pretty good. I say it and then I hit it like 6 more times. I'm gonna end up screwing it up. All right, let's get this guy going. Let's come over here. Let's get ourselves a decently smooth path up to the little iron mine. Don't want to hit it here. Oops, what time is it in the game? 3:41. All right, so we'll be hitting some daylight here fairly soon. And then I'm gonna have to make a decision on the nighttime. Just not really sure yet. Just waiting for the terraforming. Then we're gonna keep going. Come on, come on. And then we also got to get out of this tier. So So that's got to be coming up soon. But first, let's just make some money, because honestly, getting out of the tier right now, I don't think it's going to do anything for us, because we can't afford anything anyway. And if we unlock, a dozer or something that we want. So no point in just trying to do a whole quick episode to get there yet. Let's do some episodes here, hopefully making some money. And I need to not even worry about flattening this out too much right now, because as I'm learning, and you probably already know, I have to take advantage of when I have equipment and when I don't. And right now I have the loader, the excavator, the rock truck. I have everything. So I think I just need to get this smoothed out. The wheel's not here yet. It's been a week today, but I did send them a message yesterday because I seen that the order was on hold, and I'm like, okay, why is my order on hold? Well, happens to be that I went to the wrong site. I went to their site and got it, and I put it in the checkout, went to go through the thing, and I used my PayPal for it or whatever, and it put a temporary hold on the funds in my account, but it didn't use it yet, because when I connected to PayPal, automatically pulled the money ready for it out of my bank. And then when I went to complete the checkout, it said, oh, hey, you're from the US, you need to go to this site. So PayPal wouldn't release it because I was, it still showed a pending order, because the company hasn't declined or hadn't said no or placed the order. So anyway, all that happened, and it was getting hold of PayPal and all that crap, and it was a pain in the butt, but it ended up being after 48 hours, the hold or the temporary funds would just go back into my account. Basically, the temporary hold or pending charge would just go away. But before I knew that, I messaged Moza or Mazza or whatever it is. I was like, hey, this is what happened. Explained it to him. I was like, can you cancel that card order, or can you tell them that this is there, and we don't want it, or whatever the case may be. They ended up sending an email back oh, well, we don't want, we're sorry that you want to cancel your order. If you keep it, we can give you a $15 refund. I'm like, no, you're not understanding what I'm saying. And at that point, I found out, that PayPal just said 48 hours. I'm like, yeah, just keep the order, whatever. I wasn't trying to cancel the order. So then they issued me a $15 refund, but they forgot to take my account off of hold for my order. Because as soon as they thought I wanted to cancel that order, they put it on hold, so they didn't ship it and have to deal with all that. So I messaged them yesterday, or sent a support ticket in, oh, well, we apologize, we're going to get it shipped out here in the next 1 to 3 days. I'm thinking, it's already been a week. It should have been shipped out. So it's been kind of a pain, partly. Actually, I'm not even going to say partly my fault. I guess partly my fault because I didn't realize that, when you go to their website, that it doesn't automatically send you to US, or nothing really to tell you that it isn't. The prices were in dollars, everything. So it was really weird, but whatever. This morning I woke up and had an email with the tracking number, and that's been created. They haven't picked it up yet as of an hour ago or whatever. Who knows about now. But I did say it was created in the U.S., so they might be shipping it from U.S. Means I might get it a little sooner than I was hoping, because I thought it was coming from overseas. Oh, as much as I complain about the roller and being so small and yada yada yada, I do love it though. It makes this work much easier and nicer. just going to go loop around the truck, drive back down there. And we'll do some digging and see what we can, kind of trouble we can get ourselves into. You know, I'm looking at the red, and I'm just, you know, I like red. Red's a nice color. It's just not my color. So, for here, so I'm gonna have to paint all this stuff eventually. I just got to go my colors. It's just what it is. And I'm hoping by smoothing out the ground here that my truck will drive a little bit faster. And if it does, then this time that I'm spending is worth it. If not, oh well. But I hope everyone's having a wonderful, wonderful day, or night, or morning, wherever it is you might be when you're watching this. It'll be different. We actually, wanted to get this episode out to you a day earlier, but unfortunately when I went to upload, we had tornado warnings and a lot of problems weather-wise. So I just shut down my PC because I didn't need my system surging. I mean, I got a great surge protector and yada yada yada, but I don't like not risking it, not worth it at all. So I just shut her down and laid there in bed watching TV. Yeah, like whole freaking row through Michigan had nothing but tornado warnings. Which we don't see a whole lot here. Not a whole bunch, not compared to Midwest and all that down there. Alright, let's just see if I can move this out a little bit where I'll probably be coming with the truck, and then we'll be good. We'll get some digging going. And next time it's project time when we don't have equipment that we want or need, or plant shut down or whatever, be able to go through and work on this a little bit more. So go just a hair more. Run this up here. Remember not to get too close to the wood. Alright, I think that should be good, right? It should take care of what we need. Get you up out of the way. Just not that way. So if you haven't checked it out or you're interested, again, the farming sim community map's been actually going really well. A bunch of episodes I got to get out, so get them out so we can be seeing, because I'll probably be doing more on Saturday the 17th. All right. Definitely could have went over this a few more times, but we got to get digging. Building some bridges there and got those taken care of, and making room for wood chipping processing plant, like where we'll chip the wood and stuff like that. So gotta get some production up, and yeah, we got a lot of work to do in there. So if you are a fan of that at all, like I said, it's kind of lumber based, but is like more like construction in general, what we're building. All right, let's back you down up in here again. That worked out pretty nice the last time. Push joystick back, or my throttle lever on the joystick back down. That's what started raising up. I have it on my throttle on my joystick, so I can just hit it and it goes up, and then I can, you know, bring it back and it just starts lowering as I drive away. Good enough. All right, let's zoom in a little bit. Let's start it up. Lights on. Let's see if I remember how to use this. All right, so we just got a little bit of dirt, a little bit of iron here to grab. A lot of dirt too, so I don't really want to throw too much in it. Bring you in so it collapse on the side or something. At least when we get over to the other little spot we're going to dig out, we're going to start, you know, the right way, and I'm not going to hand mine around all the more valuable stuff. That'll make life a little easier when it comes to driving. I'm sure I'll still screw up and end up in the pit or something like that, but dark stuff's kind of what I want to make sure I get all of. That seems to be where the lithium and gold. What else did I get out of there? Felt like there was something else. Wasn't sure if I was going to clear the truck or not, and I didn't move my camera to even check. You know what? I think, yeah, this up here, now that I see from this side, is actually iron. It just some dirt, probably in one of my random flipping times. Scared to change the autosave. I feel like as soon as I do, it will crash. Yeah, this one will definitely have a little bit more dirt than I'd like, but you know what? It's part of it. And I'm pretty sure we'll be getting some pay dirt out of here too. I can kind of see it starting to pop through. Once we get this little top part all taken off, we'll be driving this boy down there to keep digging deeper. And, you know, I probably want 100%. Like, I ain't gonna make sure that every single speck of iron's out of here, but we'll make sure we get, you know, 98% of it. If I would have had a little more money last time, I would have freaking one more smelter last episode, but we're a little short on cash. I want to make sure I got the plant upgraded with. I mean, I guess we'll be able to use that. I do have the generator, right? I did buy that just in case, so. But we should be up. I think. I'm gonna call you Bull. I gotta be careful. It is definitely fast going down. My luck, I will flip it right over, dump everything on the ground. But I guess it'll be closer to the plant, so no big deal. Nice smooth somewhere over here, something like that. All right. Oh, that works. We definitely need to get some lights over here too. I think that would be useful. All right, let's take a look and see what we have happening. First of all, are you still on? You are on. Are you still on? No, but you are now. Grid load, 0 kilowatt. Unit load, 84. Alright, so let's see here. What am I missing? Unless I did this back. So I wonder if this is a power issue? All right, looks like we're in troubleshooting mode. And like I said, I haven't really played with these conveyors at all, besides here and the one video I made just kind of looking at it at the beginning. All right, so that is on. That is coming down here. Just need reset. Did I have it backwards? All right, there we go. There we go. I must have had that backwards or something. I thought they were talking about the wire. And those are what? Those are 800 watts, right? Yeah, so we are a little bit over that. We're at 1052. All right, so what do we got? I don't remember what we got here. Cromwell. This will be all our ores. This will be our dirt and coal. Actually, didn't our pay dirt? That's right. I'm not doing pay dirt. Okay. I was like, shouldn't our gold and stuff be in the sluice box? But didn't run no pay dirt through there. All right. Well, I say it works. Now the issue is gonna be, how much fuel does this thing use? We're gonna do that for now. Yeah, I'd love some logic. You know, that'd be nice. Because ultimately, is anybody even using the fuel generators? Like, is there any actual real reason? You get a lot more power, or you just build a lot more turbines or solar panels. Not really sure here. Like, I don't feel like there's a point to the fuel. Like, why pay for fuel or, you know, drill for fuel, whatever the case may be. Why do all that when you just pay extra money for turbines? Granted, you know, I can't afford it right now, and I could afford a fuel generator, but it won't take long to get past. Oh man, yeah, I can't wait to just get this kind of stuff adjusted at some point. Guess I should shut off the excavator when I'm done, just to help save fuel there. I don't think it burns a whole lot, but and the truck, but you know, get me go. Stop being a magnet. see here. Looks like we're far enough that way. Looks like possibly though. Right on. Do that there. Uh-oh. Let's try to turn. I just need to fill in these stupid holes. I don't know why I haven't bothered with it. Like, that doesn't make no sense. Like, this little moat I built has just done nothing but screw me up. Realistically, there's nothing, you know, not that much material down there that's worth dinking around and falling in a hole all the time. Alright. Let's do this. Let's see if I can't turn back around, because I am reversed now. Alright. Let's try this again. I know, this is, like I said, this is all 100% my fault. I could have easily just smoothed that down at any point. And I'm pretty sure from the beginning of this little thing I said this is going to be nothing but the hassle of me dinking around over here with the moat. Also, I've seen it looks like a bunch of vehicle reworks are in the process, so that's cool. I don't know if that's for dozers, is that all of them? So that's exciting. I don't know why. I'm not using my joystick in a stupid way for great. Trying to get that last little bit dug up before the autosave. So I could let it save while I, you know, unload, and hopefully it's back just in time like that. Let's scoop off that little bit there. I keep hitting because I'm a terrible driver. I'm hoping that's part of the rework. You know, not picking up dirt when your bucket's not digging in the dirt. Scoop. space on the truck. But I don't think I want any of that. I know it's not 100% the game. It is me and my awesome driving skills, but I mean, y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, they'll just start grabbing dirt if you're within like a foot of it. Yeah, we'll definitely be probably kind of what happens next episode. Good chance we might be out of this little pit by the end of next episode. Depending on, what equipment we lose, or if I change my mind of what we're going to do, like I normally do. Grab that there. Parking brake. Get it off. Don't want to fall in the hole for stupid things. Actually, could have put that scoop in there, but that's alright. That's alright. I mean, we're saving on fuel. I'm not even hitting the gas right now. Alright. Actually, I can kind of fill this hopper up a little bit more, so I can just do a couple extra scoops here and there, or dumps in there before I turn it back on. Smelters should be good. We checked on them last episode. There was a lot of stuff left in those. I think ultimately it's definitely better just being smooth alone. Like that time, 7, and like it's definitely going to be helpful. I'm happy we did that. We were doing like what, 1 and 2 last time. Do that really steep part last episode, or the last episode we drove up it. Yeah, there actually might not be that much to dig down underneath, too. We may be pretty close to already there. As deep as this thing might be. We'll definitely explore, but... Because you never know, right? I think whatever hope I had to dig out that way along the whole truck, I don't know, this is done as soon as I put a little bit of dirt there, but let's see. Let's try. Yeah, I'd have to get a little more distance, I think, so I can actually get my bucket straight down that close to the truck. Too close. I am flirting with disaster again. Back up first. I still definitely got to work on leveling, and I honestly think part of the problem is I just go max depth all the time. And that pretty much makes it as level as the ground I'm sitting on is. That's something I'll have to work on in practice. Not quite max depth, and try to control the height of the bucket and stuff to actually set it. Now, granted, if I get the first kind of cut good and flat, where I'm happy, then if I max depth every time, it should be pretty decent. I would think anyway. Alright, let's turn you. Back you up here. Let's try to get this clear, so next time by, I get the truck a little closer. Yeah, like there, I'm not even remotely close. Well, I guess remotely, yes, but I was still like, a good couple feet away from the dirt. I was like, nope. Set that e-brake. Yeah, let's turn it off as well. Let's leave the lights on, no big deal. Put that tree down. There's a big hole there. I didn't see that thing. Ugh. Yep, not on it. I got a good foot between us there. I will say it's hard without the auto centering steering on, unlike these vehicles here. again, I want separate settings. Let my transmission be per vehicle and let my steering be per vehicle. For the most part, I just have center steering off for the loader. I feel like I like it better with the loader, but the truck I don't like as much. Here, that's right. We got room, and actually, let's just. I think this will be quicker at this point. Well, like I said, at least our plant looks like it's working. Here to the smoother side so I can go up the hill with decent speed. Oh. That's all right. Once I get the wheel here, it'll probably be obviously a lot easier. I have steering set up on my joystick for this, for the rock truck and on the keyboard, and I always forget that it's on my joystick. I just kind of twist it left and right for steering, which is a lot easier driving forward than reverse, just because it feels funny. I think that should work there. Question mark? Question mark? Oh, thank God. Freaking sunlight. What are we looking at? Just about 6 in the morning. So I also think when it comes to, once we get the dozer, I'm going to clear out our, the top layer off that freaking cut and stuff like that. I think I'm not going to just edit it out, but I might do kind of like a fast forward version through it. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Like I said, it's such a hard thing to decide to do, especially in this game. Like I said, a lot of people just like to watch, dig in or whatever, and no point in fast forward to side. It's kind of a pain, it is. Oh, that's right. I think next episode we're gonna go back to 15 minutes instead of the 10. Until it crashes and we lose everything. And I did the other night kind of do a quick impromptu community out of order. Turned it on. Fortunately, we didn't have any takers, but like I said, it was very impromptu, and I was on, I don't know what day was it, a Thursday or Wednesday, I don't remember what day, but middle of the week. It kind of dinner ran a little later than I wanted, so that didn't help things. But I still have plans of doing that and switching back and forth between farming sim and out of ore. And the community out of ore is kind of softly based off of what I'm doing here solo wise. We're not going to have wheels, we're not going to have that kind of stuff. you know, we're starting out with this same excavator. I did put some loaders in there as well, just because some people don't like these for loader. We got some of the other truck we started with here. And we'll probably do some projects and whatnot. We might try to do 2 different like mines on the same site wherever we choose. But I want this to be like, when I say community, I want it to be community. So, you know, obviously people involved are going to help make some decisions, like where we're going to start at, you know, and maybe we find one huge spot that's really nice, but there's a bunch of other spots right there with it. Depending on how many people we have, maybe we'll kind of split it up and run 2 little mine things. And like I said, this isn't going to be a plan anyway. Dig as much as we can dig and, you know, do a big hole. And this, I don't want this to be just where one of us is digging and everyone else just has to run trucks. I want it to be fun. I want people to do what they want to do. I mean, granted, that means if I'm going to run trucks, I run trucks. I don't really care. Maybe we decide as a, you know, group that we want to build a tunnel through somewhere, like wherever, maybe our mine, and you get to the town or whatever. Maybe we want a tunnel through. Just depends. But yeah, and it'll be obviously, you know, the first one with 0 people joining. I'm not too worried about it, but if we end up getting over 8, we'll kind of try to bounce around and stuff. But yeah, so that's something you're interested in, come on in. Come on into the Discord. This link's in the description. And if you are in the Discord, don't be shy. Come on over. Come on in. Come on, play. Have some fun. Like I said, all sorts of random games that people can play and whatnot. But yeah. Yeah, I want to have fun. I want it to be an actual community map. You know, we're going to make decisions together. We're going to do this, we're going to do that, and kind of work as a team to accomplish that. All right, let's turn you on. Do I got to turn you back on? Yes, it is. Yeah, definitely need to get a couple of lights over here just to help give a little light. I don't want a whole bunch. 1, FPS will just hang, and 2, the lights are kind of annoying. It's like sewage. Are we really not getting any dirt, or am I doing something wrong here? There's got to be some dirt in that. That's the trommel. Right, yeah. Anything in? Dirt and painted out the bottom and over here. Does look like it's on. Okay, I don't know. I guess there was dirt in there. I took it out. Right? Because that was all new, so there wouldn't have been anything in there yet. Would have loved to see more, you know, aluminum and stuff, but not really hitting that edge. Alright, and I think you're all set. Alright, let's get this guy here. A lot of iron ore. I need so many more smelters. Alright, cancel that, cancel that. Gold, lithium, aluminum. Oh, nope, nope, nope. Iron's what we want. Cancel that and put that in there. Yeah, look at that. We got a stack there. On there, though. Oh, you know what? And now put that in there. Turn me back on for a quick second. One diamond ore. Ooh-wee. Off. All right. Cool. So that pit's almost wore out and done. Let's see. Let me try to fix a little bit of how I'm going up this hill, because I keep finding myself going the same way. That's kind of up right here. Thought I kind of smoothed it over here better, but guess not. You know, even though I don't need to waste my time with that. We only got a few more loads. And then we'll be going up the other side. But guess let's go to the other side of the plant and make sure that our starting path down here is pretty solid. Or when we switch to that side. Turns a lot slower than it drives. Let's be real. When I come down here, I'm going to cut right across through here. Well, let's see if I can't smooth stones. Way too. Then I guess, do I want the loader over there, or do I want the excavator? I mean, because if I'm starting, like I haven't dug over there besides the pickaxe, you know, just do a little prospecting. But I feel like, you know, the loader, if I start with loader, I can just kind of ramp it right down in there and do it. And I don't really know. I guess we'll leave it up to next episode to determine, because maybe we won't have a loader, so I don't think I actually waste the time. I was going to drive it over there and just kind of get it ready so we had it. But if I do that, then we'll lose our loader next round or next episode, and I'll still have to drive the other guy over there. I think I'll take the loader though if we don't lose it. I think it's a lot further away and it'd be easier speed wise. I think the loader goes quicker than the excavator, that's for sure. All right. So this looks pretty good. We already know that road up there is pretty decent. See, this is what I would have liked to have been able to do last episode, but first person makes this view a little hard. I would say impossible. There it is. Since I know there was some spot up here that had a pretty little good dip in it, and I wanted to adjust and fix that. That's pretty close. Nice, long trip. I want this guy to be a little fat. Like, I think when it's running, I think we can do like. Probably smooth out a little bit over here just because if I come up that way, make the turn, but I think we're good. Worst case, up where the actual pit is might be a little bumpy, but we'll just shovel that when it comes down. I know. I said I was going to wait and do some of this stuff once we, you know, lose an episode of digging or something due to whatever we might get, but over there's kind of an eyesore. Everything, the building is ugly. I absolutely hate it. But it's there. And like I keep saying, we're going to have to do some lumberjacking here pretty soon. Because I need to build a little place to wash vehicles, a little wash pad. I don't have a whole lot of building pieces left. Smooth out this little road we got going up here to the cabin house production area, whatever it is we're calling it. Yeah, and that's going to be the road up to that tower, which we'll do, but we'll probably wait for the dozer, obviously. Come on. I just want to... When you want to go back down? Why do I feel like it's getting darker outside? Definitely. Oh, we got a storm coming. Do one or two more passes across this just to try to move some of these big bumps, make it look a little nicer over here. I think that's part of it. I don't want to get too close to the edge because I need to fill in down there. I wonder if we're getting ready to have a storm here. Or the time switch, I don't even know it. All right, good. Good enough. We got the little road there, smooth enough to get up to that one. Be up there probably next episode, barring what we get shut down on us. Never know. I never know. Got smelters running. I think ultimately we need to get 10 of those. And I'd like to get at least another solar or wind, something that will not make us use fuel up. But see, I don't see a point of the fuel generators, not at all. They say if you're playing kind of like I am, you know, I'm gonna take that away. Definitely not hardcore. I don't want to use the word hardcore. It's not essentially hardcore, but you know, a little realistic to build up. That's the only reason I can see it like I have it, just to start. Why is the time not switching? Are some settings, something get quit? I don't understand how that happened, but yeah, then and the whole time, like how it is kind of confusing. I liked it how it was before, to be honest with you. I'm okay with it not being here, but this made it very easy. But I do understand that that was causing a lot of lag because you could, you know, go so fast and you could lock up and cause errors. But the whole multiplayer, so this is 3 times faster. This is real time. I get it. I just liked it. I want this much daytime, this much nighttime in minutes, and you're set. Are you switching time now? I did do real time, so it will actually take a whole minute to do. All right, and I turned you back off, right? I certainly did. You're empty. Did you ever get any dirt? Yep, you got some dirt. I know you're good. You're set, and actually, let's grab this, even though I'll be back before I worry about that using them all up. But just in case. Give me that. Give me that. All right. Perfect. 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 So our new plant works. So that's good. We, again, as we go, we will adjust, add stuff. We have the coal screen we want to add. Ultimately, the stuff that needs smelting is going to get conveyed over to here somehow. And then we might end up having to build out here a smelting area. I don't really know yet. Might go up. I haven't really done that, so we'll try out a couple different things and see what seems kind of cool. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you liked the video, hit the like button for me. Leave a comment below, even just emojis, any kind of interaction, it helps out a lot. And hit the subscribe button. I appreciate you watching. Hope you have a wonderful night, evening, and morning. And hope to see you next video. Bye.